Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So on Tuesday, we went over the alphabet, and this is the document we went over. So we're just gonna kind of do like refresher with it, and then we'll get into some words. So first we have the glottal stop. And the glottal stop doesn't actually make a sound, but it acts as an abrupt stop or start to a word. You commonly find them in front of vowels. Then we have ah. The A in Lushootseed makes an ah sound. Bod, which is dad. Bod. Then we have the upside down E, which we call a schwa, and it makes an sound, like in badat, badat. And you've got that glottal stop at the end, so it kind of like cuts the word off. Badat, badat. The I in Lushootseed makes an E or an A sound, like in the word hay wheel, which means go away, hay wheel. So you've got both sounds. The U makes an O or an U, like in bos for four or skayut for ghost. And you've got another glottal stop here, so it kind of cuts that word off. Skayut, skayut. So let's do our little sound chart. Oops. Hold on. Here we go. So let's do our sound chart, our vowel sound chart. Ah, E, A, O, U. Ah, E, A, O, U. Now let's do it with the glottal stop behind, because you'll be able to tell more that it's that abrupt stop. Ah, E, A, O, U. Ah, E, A, O, U. And now let's do it with the glottal stops kind of hugging the vowels. Ah, E, A, O, U. Ah, E, A, O, U. So you can kind of hear what that glottal stop does when you put it in with the vowels. Then we have our B, and our B makes the usual B sound. Ba, ba, B, bay, bo, boo. And with the glottal stop, ba, ba, B, bay, bo, boo. Let's do those again. Ba, ba, B, bay, bo, boo. Ba, ba, B, bay, bo, boo. Now moving on to the C in Lushootseed, that makes a TS sound. T, t, t. Like in salat, salat. So make sure you're t, 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 doing that TS. It's not an S, because an S you can draw it out longer. But with the C, the TS sound, you can't draw that out. T, t, t. Salat. And then we have the glottalized version of that, which is a harder sound. So regular C, hard C. Salats, abub. Salats, abub. Let's do our regular C sound chart. Sa, tsa, si, say, so, su. Sa, tsa, si, say, so, su. And now with the glottal stop. Tsa, tsa, si, say, so, su. Tsa, sa, si, say, so, su. And now the hard C. Ta, ta, ti, te, to, tu. Ta, ta, ti, te, to, tu. And with the glottal stop. Ta, ta, ti, te, to, tu. So that hard C is going to be kind of like you're puffing out air with your teeth. Ta, ta, ti, te, to, tu. Ta, ta, ti, te, to, tu. You're kind of doing the same thing when it's not glottalized, but it's with less force. Sa, ta, sa, ta. People. Okay. Next, we have the CH, or the C wedge, which makes a CH sound. Ch, ch, ch. So you'll see those with the check above it. Makes a CH sound. Chalad, chalad, which is to chase. And just like with this other C, we also have the glottalized C wedge, which is a harder CH sound. So we have ch, ch, chalad, cha-chas, chalad, cha-chas. So let's do our sound charts. Cha, cha, chi, che, cho, chu. Cha, cha, chi, che, cho, chu. And now with the glottal stop. Cha, cha, chi, che, cho, chu. Cha, cha, chi, che, cho, chu. And now the hard C, C wedge. Cha, chi, che, cho, chu. Cha, chi, che, cho, chu. And then with the glottal stop. Cha, chi, che, cho, chu. Cha, chi, che, cho, chu. So we have a D in Lushootseed that makes the same sound as it does in English, but we also have the D raised Z, which makes kind of like a buzzing sound, like z, z, z. Like in the word zugwa, zugwa. Where those schwas make an sound, and that glottal stop is a abrupt stop to the word zugwa, zugwa, which is a monster. Let's do the sound chart. Za, z, z, ze, zo, zu. Za, z, z, ze, zo, zu. And when you're making this sound, you should be making like the D, but also you're following it up with that Z. Z, z, z. So let's do the glottal stops now. Za, z, z, ze, zo, zu. Za, z, z, ze, zo, zu. Za, z, z, ze, zo, zu. Next, we have the G raised W. And this is also where I decided to add just the regular G. In Lushootseed, it makes the G sound like in gummy. But when you have that raised W or the floating W, it makes like a gwa, like you're blowing out. Gwa, gwa, gweheed, gweheed. So let's do our regular G sound chart. Ga, ga, gi, gay, go, goo, followed by the glottal stops. Ga, ga, gi, gay, go, goo. Now we go to the G with the little floating W. Remember, you're blowing out when you make that goo, gwa, 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 gui, gwe, guo, gu. Gwa, gwa, gui, gwe, guo, gu. Now with the glottal stop, gwa, gwa, gui, gwe, guo, gu. Gwa, gwa, gui, gwe, guo, gu. The next we have is the J wedge, which makes the same sound as a regular J would in English. It's wedged because of the position it comes from in your mouth, which is like your back teeth, j, 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 which is kind of similar to the C wedge. Ch, ch, ch. It all comes from here. And sounds that come from there usually have that wedge. So it's just regular j, 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 jasad, jasad. Or leg or foot, jasad. So for our sound chart, ja, ja, ji, j, jo, ju. Ja, ja, ji, j, jo, ju. And then with the glottal stops, ja, ja, ji, j, jo, ju. Ja, ja, ji, j, jo, ju. Next we have the K's, and we have 4 of those, and they make the usual K sound like they do in English. So kees, kees to stand up. So regular K sound. Ka, ka, ki, k, ko, ku. And then with the glottal stop, ka, ka, ki, ke, ko, ku. But we also have the hard K or the glottalized K, which makes k, k sound. So the regular K is k, 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 and the hard K, 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 like in ka, 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 ka. So let's do our sound chart. Ka, ka, ki, ke, ko, ku. Ka, ka, ki, ke, ko, ku. And then with the glottal stops, ka, ka, ki, ke, ko, ku. Ka, ka, ki, ke, ko, ku. So with some of these harder words, especially with the K's and eventually with the Q's, you're going to want to like have some water or something, because it helps if you have, I know it sounds weird saying this, it helps if you have like a wet mouth to make those sounds. I know it's weird, but trust me, it helps. So next we have K raised W. It makes the same sound as the regular K, except it's got that floating W, so you're going to be blowing out. Quadad, 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 to pick something up. Let's do our sound chart. Qua, qua, qui, que, quo, quo. Qua, qua, qui, que, quo, quo. And then with the glottal stops, qua, qua, qui, que, quo, quo. Qua, qua, qui, que, quo, quo. And just like that regular K, we also have the glottalized version of the K raised W. You're still blowing out, but you're making that harder sound. Queet, queet, queet. Go down to the shore, queet. So let's do our sound chart. Qua, qua, qui, que, quo, quo. Qua, qua, qui, que, quo, quo. And then with the glottal stops, qua, qua, qui, que, quo, quo. Qua, qua, qui, que, quo, quo. So those are our Ks. Let's go ahead and practice those because why not? Ka, ka, ki, k, ko, ku. Ka, ka, ki, k, ko, ku. Glottalized K. Ka, e, a, o, ku. Ka, e, k, o, ku. K raised W. Qua, qua, qui, que, quo, quo. Qua, qua, qui, que, quo, quo. And then the glottalized K raised W. Qua, qua, qui, que, quo, quo. And with the glottal stop, qua, qua, qui, que, quo, quo. We have an L in Lushootseed. It makes the same sound as it does in English. The old sound, lully, lully. La, la, li, lay, lo, lu. And then with the glottal stops, la, la, li, lay, lo, lu. We also have a glottalized L, which is different than like the glottalized Ks and like the glottalized C. It's not really a harder sound. It's a stop to the sound, kind of like a l. So the word stubtable just kind of cuts it off, stubtable. So it kind of does the same thing that a regular glottal stop does, only it's that letter that's glottalized. Stubtable, stubtable. So here's our sound chart for the glottalized L's. Alt, alt, il, il, alt, ul. Alt, alt, il, alt, ul. And then we get to the whispered L, which is an LH sound, but you don't, it's whispered. You don't use your voice when you make this sound. You just put your tongue at the roof of your mouth behind your front teeth and you blow out. This is one that you will spit a lot with. And that's okay. You're supposed to spit. Shalil. 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 So let's do our sound chart. Sha, sha, shli, shle, shlo, shlu. Sha, shla, shli, shle, shlo, shlu. And then with the glottal stops, sha, shla, shli, shle, shlo, shlu. Sha, shla, shli, shle, shlo, shlu. You'll know you're doing it right if you just covered your computer screen or whatever in spit. I just did. So next we have the opposite of a whispered L, which is the running man, which is a harder sound. We call it the running man because it looks like a guy running, and that right there is his little bead of sweat. That's going to sound like, it's kind of going to come from back of your teeth, like how you would call a horse. Only instead of like sucking the air in, you're blowing it out. Another way to kind of figure out the position of your tongue in your mouth is to make a T and an L sound. That'll kind of help train your tongue on where it's supposed to be when you make that sound. Then you glottalize that T while saying that L. And my, mouth automatically goes into making the running man sound. But these are different ways that you can practice, because this is a tough sound to make. So, again, the word obod, obod. This is another one where you're going to be spitting. If you're saying it right, you're going to be spitting. So our sound chart, ah, e, a, o, u. Ah, e, a, o, u. You'll know you're saying it right if, aside from spitting everywhere, you've got air coming out both sides of your tongue when you're making that sound. So let's do the glottal stops. Ah, e, a, o, u. Ah, e, a, o. So let's go through these last two one more time. Shalil, shalil. Hla, hle, hli, hle, hlo, hlu. Hla, hle, hli, hle, hlo, hlu. And the Running Man. Obad, obad, obad. A, e, a, o, u. A, e, a, o, u. Oh, and then we have the M's and the N's, and we don't have any words with M's and N's aside from meatmon. It's the only one we got. Because at some point there was a shift in the language and the M's became B's and the N's became D's. So we don't really, aside from this one word, we don't really use the M's or the N's. Not to say that it's wrong if you replace them in certain words. Like, oops, the word for child, badat, you could manat, and that wouldn't be wrong. We don't know why. I mean, we don't really know why that changed. It could have been colonizer influence. It could have been because surrounding languages did have the B's and D's, and so we gradually switched over to that. But yeah, we predominantly use B's and D's. But you can manat instead of badat. And interesting, in Lushootseed storytelling, all the animals speak with the B's and the D's except for Raven, who uses M's and N's still. So it's a fun random fact. Moving on, we have the letter P, which makes the usual P sound, like pepa, pepa. So let's do our sound chart. Pa, pa, p, pe, po, poo. Pa, pa, p, pe, po, poo. And then with the glottal stop, pa, pa, p, pe, po, poo. Pa, pa, p, pe, po, poo. And just like with some of the other letters, we do have the glottalized form of that, which is kind of like a popping sound, like we have for white. White is flounder. White. So let's do our sound chart. A, e, a, o, u. A, e, a, o, u. It's another one you might spit a little bit with. A, e, a, o, e, a, o, u. Now we get to our cues, and our cues are, we call them the Indian K, because they're not said like a regular K or an English Q even. The Indian K, or the Lushootseed Q, comes from the back of your throat. So it's kind of like your throat is puffing air. Ha, ha, ha. Let's try our sound chart. Ha, ha, he, hey, ho, who. Ha, ha, he, hey, ho, who. And then we have the glottal stops. Ha, ha, he, hey, ho, who. Ha, ha, he, hey, ho, who. And just like some of our other letters, we've got the glottalized form of that. And that's still coming from the back of your throat, but you're going to be kind of like popping it a little bit more, if that makes any sense, which I'm pretty sure it might not. So you're not just puffing the air, you're like popping the air with your throat. Elk bead, elk bead, elk bead. Let's do our sound chart. A, e, a, o, u. A, e, a, o, u. And with the glottal stops, a, e, a, o, u. A, e, a, o, u. Now we come to the Q raised W. And remember, any word that's, or any letter that's got that floating W, you're going to be blowing out. So this is still back of the throat. Qual. Now our sound chart. Hua, hua, hui, hui, quo, hu. Hua, hua, hui, hui, quo, hu. And with the glottal stops, hua, hua, hui, hui, quo, hu. Hua, hua, hui, hui, quo, hu. And that brings us to the hard Q raised W. You're still making that, you're still blowing out, it's still coming from your throat, it's that harder sound. Making our word for porcupine, qual, 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 qual. Our sound chart, qua, qua, qui, que, quo, hu. And with the glottal stops, qua, qua, qui, que, quo, hu. So let's go ahead and do all the Q's again, just because I feel like those, it takes, I mean, they're kind of simple to make, but it takes a lot of time to like get used to making that kind of sound, because we don't do that with the English Q. So ha, 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 ki, ke, ho, hu. Ha, ha, ki, ke, ho, hu. Then the glottalized belt bead, belt bead. A, e, a, o, u. A, e, a, o, u. And the Q raised W. Qual, 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 qual. Hua, hua, hui, hui, quo, hu. Hua, hua, hui, hui, quo. And then we have the glottalized Q raised W, and then qual, 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 qual. I like that word, it's got both of those Qs. It's a good one to practice with. Qual, qual. Qua, qua, qui, que, quo, hu. Qua, qua, qui, que, quo, hu. So now we got those out of the way. We have S, which is a regular S sound, not to be confused with that C, which is a TS sound. Remember, the S is one that you can draw that sound out. You can't do that with a the TS sound, which is the C. Solid, solid, sa, sa, si, say, so, su. Sa, sa, si, say, so, su. Let's do chart with the C's just so that we can like hear the difference. So sa, 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 si, si, say, say, so, so, su, su. It's hard to tell, but when you're doing the C sounds, you're going to have that TS. So you should be making the sound of a T before you make the sound of an S. T, t, t. Sa, 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 si, si, say, say, so, so, su, su. So something to keep in mind. Then we have S wedge. Now remember, whenever we have those wedges, oops, the influence or the sound is coming from the back here. Shh. So it's an SH sound. Shh, shh. just like the C wedge is a CH sound. Ch, ch, sh, sh, shub, shob, shub, shob, shub, shob. Sha, sha, she, shay, show, shoe. Sha, sha, she, shay, show, shoe. And then the glottal stops. Sha, sha, she, shay, show, shoe. Sha, sha, she, shay, show, shoe. Then the T's makes a regular T sound. Takachi, takachi, which is 8, takachi. Ta, ta, ti, te, to, tu. Ta, ta, ti, te, to, tu. And then we have the glottalized T, which is a harder sound. Elib, elib. Ta, e, a, o, u. You might spit a little bit with this one I just did. And with the glottal stops. Ta, e, a, o, u. Ta, e, a, o, u. And then we have our W, which makes the same sound as it does in English. Whew-su, whew-su. And our sound chart. Wa, wa, we, way, wo, woo. And with the glottal stops. Wa, what, we, way, wo, woo. So wa, wa, we, way, wo, woo. Wa, what, we, wait, wo, woo. And then we have the glottalized W, which just like the L is kind of a stop to the sound. Woo, woo, woo. So like whew-su, that W just kind of stops it. It kind of pauses it. It does almost the same thing as like a glottal stop would, but it's the letter that's glottalized. Whew-su, whew-su. And just like the L, we're going to put the vowel first in the sound chart. Ow, oh, you, ew, oh, ooh. Ow, oh, you, ew, oh, ooh. It's a fun one. Next, we have some of my favorites. The X with the raised W. Remember, anything with that W, that floating W, you're going to be blowing out, especially with this one. This is only a blowing out sound. Like in wheel, wheel, wheel. It's not a W, it's not an H, it's you're blowing out. That's how you make that sound. Wheel. Let's do our sound chart. Hua, hua, hui, hui, whoa, whoo. Kind of like you're blowing out a candle. Hua, hua, hui, hui, whoa, whoo. And with the glottal stops, hua, hua, hui, hui, whoa, whoo. Hua, hua, hui, hui, whoa, whoo. And another one in the X category is the X wedge, which is like a raspy H. You know, all those wedges have that H influence, the sh, the ch, the j, and the ch. So, chalad, chalad. It's kind of like you're trying to like hawk up a loogie. Chalad, chalad. Lushootseed has a lot of fun sounds, huh? Cha, cha, chi, che, cho, chu. 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 And those two meet they fall in love and they have a baby, and it's this one. You've got the X wedge, you've got the little floating W. You're going to be making that sound, but blowing out. Our sound chart. Hua, hua, hui, hui, huo, hu. Hua, hua, hui, hui, huo, hu. And with the glottal stops. Hua, hua, hui, hui, huo, hu. Hua, hua, hui, hui, huo, hu. Next, we have the Y, xiaya, xiaya. Makes the usual y sound. Ya, ya, yi, yay, yo, you. And then with the glottal stop, ya, ya, yi, yay, yo, you. And we also have the glottalized Y, which is a y sound. Like in yoit-do, yoit-do. So it kind of like acts like that glottal stop. So it just stops the sound. Yeet, yeet, yoit-do, yoit-do. Just swing. So just like with the W and the L, the glottalized W and the glottalized L, we're going to put the vowels in front of it because it would be weird to put the glottalized Y in front. I, eat, ate, oat, oot. I, eat, ate, oit, oot. Aren't those fun to make? And that is our alphabet. All 46 letters of it. So let's do, I'll just continue it on this one. Let's go ahead and do some family words. Where's my phone? So let's practice all those wonderful sounds that we learned. First one we're going to do ishud, which means family or relatives. Ishud, ishud. So you've got two eyes together, and when you have those two eyes, I always just draw it out a little bit. Ishud, ishud. Now you can also say a should, E or A. Remember those eyes make two sounds, E or A. So E should or A should. And next, skoi, skoi, which is mother, skoi. So you've got that hard K raised W, and you're blowing out, remember? Skoi, skoi, skoi. And we have koya, koya. Koya is mommy. It's koya. So skoi, koya, skoi, koya. And then we have koya, koya. Remember, that schwa is that A is koya, 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 koya. And this word is nickname, very little. So let's go over what we have so far. Ishud, ishud, or a should, skoi, skoi, koya, 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 koya. Now, let's move on to bod, which we used as an example when we were doing our vowels. Bod is dad, bod, And then we have baba, baba, which is daddy, and baya, baya, which is also a word for daddy. Here's two of them. So bod, baba, baya, bod, baba, baya. Remember, the A is ah, the schwa is When you say that A, you're going to be like opening your mouth a little bit more than you would if you were saying the schwa. Baya, baya, baba, baba. Let's go through all of them. E should, A should, skoy, koya, koya, bod, baba, baya. And because that schwa is an unstressed vowel and it's followed by that glottal stop, it's kind of, I guess, sometimes hard to hear. Baya, baya, because it cuts it off like abruptly. So next, C. Just gonna get these out of the way because it's feminine. Did I spell that right? Yeah. It's like a feminine, commonly used in front of names, or to let people know male from female, with T being masculine. So T, C, T, C, T, C. Again, that schwa is unstressed, so it almost sounds like it's not there. T, C, C. In the Lushootseed dictionary, I think it's both ways, but I think they usually just kind of omit that schwa. T, C. That's uncle. And then C, apus, aunt. C, apus. C, apus. T, C. T, C. C, apus. So let's go. Kaya. Oops, that's not even Lushootseed. C, Kaya, my bad. You can also, since we're doing that anyways, T, bod. C, skoy. Don't do that. No capital letters in Lushootseed. Don't forget that. So C, Kaya is grandmother. T, Sapa, oops, not with the G, would be grandfather. C, Kaya, T, Sapa. Now you have an S and a C that are both together. So you're going to kind of make a sound like, or no, sorry, that's backwards. And then appa, sapa, sapa. So it's C, Kaya, T, sapa. So let's go up here and start use it like a sound chart. E should or A should, C, skoy, koya, koya, T, bod, baba, baya, C, T, C, C, apus, C, kaya, T, sapa. Next, we're going to do siblings. Ska is older sibling. This word actually is for both siblings and cousins. Because back then, I mean, you were raised in the same village, so your cousins were kind of like your siblings anyways. And so kwa is younger sibling. So C, pa, oops, older sister or cousin. And T's pa, brother, cousin. But the C and the T, they let you know whether this is a sister or brother or a male or female cousin. And then C, so younger sister. T, so younger. So spa, so si spa, T spa, si so T so Okay. Salash. What do they call that? Nibbling. Nibblings. Niece or nephew. C Stalash would be niece. T Stalash would be nephew. Stalash. C Stalash. T Stalash. So let's go to the beginning and practice. E should or A should. C skoy. Koya. Koya. Tibad. Baba. Baya. C. T. T. C. Apus. C. Kaya. T. Sapa. Ska. Sokwa. C. Spa. T. Spa. C. Sokwa. T. Sokwa. Stalash. C. Stalash. T. Stalash. Next, children. Bada. We remember that one. We use that in when we were doing the alphabet. Should also know it because of badacha out here. Remember that is. So that is one's own child. Bada. Bada. So it's C bada, daughter, and T bada, son. Oops, no, not that. Son. Bada, C bada, T bada. Next we have Lushootseed, which we did with our alphabet. That is children, not your own. Lushootseed. Lushootseed. Bada, C bada, T bada, Lushootseed. And then cha-chas, which I think we also used in the alphabet chart. Cha-chas is a young child up to 12 years old. Cha-chas, cha-chas. So let's go through these ones. Bada, C bada, T bada, Lushootseed, cha-chas. So bada if you're talking about your own child. Lushootseed if you're talking about like your classroom full of children. And cha-chas for a young child that maybe isn't yours. Or if you're talking about a time, you know, when you were a child. So, whoops, how are we going? Next, we have Abi. Abi. Great grandparent. Great aunt. Great uncle. And I think in some cases, even great grandchild. So we don't have separate words for great grandparent, great aunt, great uncle. We just have this one word, abi. Abi. And you can see Abi for grandmother, aunt, probably even great cousin, I think. And Tis Abi. Dad, grandfather, great. In our culture, we didn't distinguish like your great, they were still kind of like grandparents to you. Like I have a grandchild, even though it's my niece that had him, I still consider him my grandkid. So that's how it works on the res. So let's practice this one. Abi, abi, si abi, si abi, ti abi, ti abi. So let's go up and start from the beginning. Not that far. E should, a should, si skoy, koya, koya, ti bod, baba, bayat, si, ti, qsi, si apus, si kaya, ti sapa, spa, soqa, si ska, ti ska, si soqa, ti soqa. Stalach, si stalach. Did I spell that right? Anyways, si stalach, ti stalach. It looks weird to me. Bada, si bada, ti bada, wilsu, chachas. Stabi, si stabi, ti stabi. Next, Yalab. Yalab, parent. Oh, that's not it. Parent. Yalab. Oh, that's supposed to be there. Yalab. Yalab. Yalab can be parents, relatives, and two. Oops. Okay. What did I do? Anyways, two be relatives. Or no, ancestors. Ancestors, my bad. Two Yalab. You can tell because of the two is like in the past or happened long ago, which signifies that they're no longer here. Two Yalab. So Yalab, Yalab, two Yalab. Next, Ebats, which is grandchild. Capitals. Ebats, granddaughter. T Ebats, grandson. Okay. Ebats, C Ebats, T Ebats. So let's go right back to here and practice these ones. Stabi, stabi, si stabi, ti stabi. Yalab, Yalab, two Yalab. Ebats, C Ebats, oops, T Ebats. And last two before we're done. You might hear this a lot out here. but you probably hear it as osium. Si'ab, si'ab, which is honorable. Si'ab, si'ab. So you could refer to somebody, not like, it's somebody you value. I mean, a long time ago, we used to use it for, you know, to distinguish like a wealthy person, somebody with high stature in the tribe. Not necessarily like a chief, but, you know, so we would si'ab, but you can use it for somebody that you like greatly admire. Atsich tabiu. Atsich tabiu. Indigenous people, but we also use it just for like people in general. Si'ab, si'ab, atsich tabiu, atsich tabiu. Let's split that up a little bit because that's one heck of a word. Atsich, atsich, tal, tal, biu, biu. Atsich tabiu, atsich tabiu. I think that's all that we have. Yeah. Okay, let's go back to the top of this list and then we'll be done. E should or a should. Si skoi, koya, koya. Remember versus koya, koya. Tibad, baba, baya. Si, tiqsi, si apus. Si kaya, ti sapa. Ska, soqa. Si ska, ti so or ti ska. Si soqa, ti soqa. Stalash, si stalash, ti stalash. Bada, si bada, ti bada. Wiutsu, cha-chas. S'chabiq, s'chabiq. Si s'chabiq, ti s'chabiq. Yalab, yot yalab. You'll notice that glottalized L, yot, you're going to kind of cut that short. Yot yalab, yot yalab. Oops, tu yot yalab, tu yot yalab. Ebots, ebots. Si ebots, ti ebots. Si'ab, si'ab. And atsich talbu, atsich talbu. Deeps hoist. So we are done. Yay. Oh, we have chat. Oh, we do have lugwub. We'll do that another time. I can email the Word document out to whoever wants it. I think we'll also be making it available on the website. So if you have any ideas of what you want, what other things you want to learn how to say, feel free to email me or call me or, you know, whatever. Get a hold of me somehow. Because I'm thinking maybe next week we'll continue with the family names and stuff like that, but then maybe get into like possessives, like my daughter, my son, stuff like that, my mom, your dad. If we don't want to do that, if we want to do something else, let me know. But yeah, that's kind of what the direction I'm going. So, it's Gaya. Lushootseed, all quick a lot.
Equate seed.
Oi.